Just before we get into it, I want to say a huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. If you have seen a recent video that I did, you will already know that this is my mum. Hello! If you haven't already seen the video where mum asked me questions, then I will leave it linked down below. But today we are going to be reversing the roles, and I am going to be asking my mum some questions that most people would probably be too afraid to ask. Mum was definitely a lot kinder to me in my video, so yeah.
And I didn't know that when I chose the questions. That wasn't fair.
I don't think you're prepared for this, but anyway, cheers to that.
Cheers!
Okay, I don't really have an order, so we're probably just going to dive right into the deep end.
It's going to go random, okay.
So, what age should you be allowed to sleep in the same bed as your boyfriend?
Oh, I wonder why you're asking this question. Because I had a choice when you decided.
You did?
Really difficult, because actually in my relationship, after 7 years, it took 6 years for Nan to go, that's okay.
Really?
And then we broke up.
Yeah.
So when Dad came along, it was like, oh, that's okay, because I'm at the right age. And actually at that point I was 23.
So Nan didn't let you sleep in the same bed as him when you were 20?
I can't remember, but I don't think it was. No, I don't think she did.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but she is 88 this year, so she's got a slightly different view.
School.
We had friends that were engaged once, and they couldn't. They were ready to get married, and that year, and they weren't able to sleep in the same bed, and they were in their 30s.
Yeah,
their parents didn't like it.
I was going to say, because 20s I do still kind of get, because if you're still living in your parents' house, you do sometimes have to respect that, like, some parents just wouldn't be comfortable with that. So I do understand that, but I feel like this question is, if your parents are comfortable, what age would you say?
It's difficult as well, because it's about the relationship, because if a child comes to you at 16 and says it, and they've been together 2 months, it's a bit like, ooh, you know, I don't know. So I don't know if there's a particular age. I think it's about judging the situation at the time.
Yeah. I
don't really know if there's a particular, I think it's more about the situation as well.
Yeah, I think that's
how comfortable everybody feels in the situation. I think parents should go with the whole, you can stay over, but you have to sleep in the spare room, and see how that works.
That's what we did.
For a little bit.
Well, it didn't help that there's literally a doorway from my bedroom into that guest room.
Yes, I should have put a lock on there. I don't think it's
to come in.
Oh,
sorry.
Sorry, Bonnie. Very important point I'm making here. Thank you.
Hello. Great.
Have you had your dinner?
Oh, obviously not.
No. Go see Daddy then.
You want your dinner?
Go. I
do think there is so many factors to it, like how long you've known the person, maybe your age in general. But I do think 16 is like fair.
Yeah, and I think I see it as.
But it still depends. Like
if your 15-year-old son or daughter comes home and wants someone to stay in their bed, I think it's a very different question.
Yeah.
And I think I would probably put my foot down and say, no, that's not happening.
Yeah, I get
you.
You.
So.
Right.
That's my very long and complicated answer.
Did you know when Em lost her virginity?
Yes. I think that was covered in the other video. If you've watched it, if you haven't watched it, yes, I definitely did.
But did you have an inkling, or was it because I told you? Like, do you think you were like, I think Em's lost her virginity?
Answer me this question. How long were you with Brad before that happened?
Quite a while.
Right, that's what I was thinking. So
it was in 3 months.
So I probably knew it was your first long-term relationship, serious relationship.
Yeah.
If that's just 3 months. And you were at an age where I would expect it to be the next thing. You were an age where you were coming up to the age I was.
Yeah.
So absolutely, it was the next stage in life. So I suppose I would assume it was going to happen at some point. It was more the fact that you told me you were thinking about it.
And then just didn't.
And then I said, would you like to talk about it more? And you went, oh no, it's done now.
So sticking on this lovely topic, what's your body count? I don't actually know this. I think I know what it is, but then I could be wrong.
3.
3?
Yeah.
I thought it was 2. Who's that?
No, it's just a big mistake, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What makes you like your children's friends? I thought this was really interesting. And have you had any friends of mine that you don't like?
Yes.
Have you?
Friends that I don't like.
You're a bit like
friends that I'm suspicious of and their intentions.
Wow.
Of you as a friend to you. No, as a friend to you, because I think as a parent you look at your kid can come home and go, oh, they're wonderful and they're lovely and they're this and they're that, and you'll be like, oh, okay, but don't let them take you for a ride, you know, or don't let them do this, or don't let them do it. But as much as there were lots of other friends that I got very close to, we had a lot of fun with, I could see they were important to you, and they were always welcome. That was how it was. People were always welcome. If they're respectful in our home and to us, and they don't make me feel that, because there are sometimes kids when they're younger, they make you feel this big, they make you feel unimportant, and you're a bit like, hold on a second. And your own kids can do that, and I don't like that lack of respect.
No, I get that.
And I can't remember being disrespectful to my friends' parents, but actually they probably were. I mean, I'm sure we took the mickey out of them in the sense of even behind their. But I mean, we had a friend that their dad and mum were a bit weird, and we'd often laugh about them. So. So terrible, but no one would say that about me, obviously. Maybe about your dad, but not me, obviously.
You're a bit weird. Okay, so as I said at the start of the video, I thought I would tell you guys a little bit more about Squarespace because I've been mentioning them in my videos recently, and I've had a couple of messages from you guys saying that you've actually gone on to start up a blog using them. So I thought in this video I would run you through a couple of the features that they offer for creating blogs specifically. So as you can see, it is super easy to set one up. You can literally just use one of their pre-prepared templates and start designing straight away. So Squarespace gives you the option to choose a font, you can choose the sizes of the fonts, and also a color scheme. You can also create your own, but I just chose to use one of their presets. So if you are looking to start up a blog, then I definitely recommend using Squarespace as a domain because everything that you need is just there and it's super quick and easy to put your blog together. Also, one of the main features that I like is that Squarespace gives you an analytics tab, so you can see the traffic that is on your blog, and also you can track sales through this tab as well. So yeah, if you are interested in setting up a website of any sort, then you can use my code Philpott, which I'll link down below, for some money off when you buy your first domain. Do parents care about their sons or daughters' body count? Like, would you care if I'd slept with over 10 people?
Whether it's old school, but for a girl I'd worry more. Whether that's because of the emotion girls attached to it, I think that would be more my concern, not so much about.
So say that you knew that I just didn't have emotions towards like having sex with people.
Oh no, absolutely. There's women and men that will be in exactly the same way, that it's about the sex, it's not about the emotions. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know that I would care. I'd just worry. I would worry that you're like being safe. Why you're doing it? Because I'm not saying that people don't do it just for the fun of it, but you're doing it for the right reasons, as in it's equal, either side, men or women, because you know men can be used just as much, but mainly the emotion thing. Right. That if you had emotions attached to it, and if the other person didn't, or even to the point where you didn't have emotions and actually I could see you hurting them, I think I'd probably have to sort of step in and say, you can't mess about with them, that's not fair. Which reminds me, I was going to ask you something else. In the last one I didn't ask you the question. I was going to say, you just said about when you're a parent, one of my questions was going to be, if when you're a parent, what's the one thing you want to teach your children?
What would I want to teach my children?
What would you want to teach your children as a, you know, as in a value, a lesson in life? Once you become a parent, what's the main thing you wanted to? Mine
would be what you've unintentionally taught me, which we'll actually get onto.
Okay, there you go. There's a theme. There's a theme.
Should we do that one now, actually, then? So someone said, would you tell your daughter if you saw her figure changing? And I think this means as in, like, when you hit puberty, you might gain a bit of weight, you might have your hips develop and all stuff like that. And I know that a lot of girls out there feel self-conscious about that. I just am interested if you would. I
think I would only worry about something like that if it was affecting your health to the point of like seriously affecting your health. Yeah. Or if it affected you negatively, if you were derogatory about yourself because of it. So if you were talking negative about yourself because of weight, and I've put weight on, lost weight, put it on, kept it on, but I've always been very aware of other friends who talk about diets and their bodies in front of their kids, especially in front of boys or girls, but you know, so at the time it was more girls because that was kind of more the thing as I was growing up, and I knew more friends with girls. But for me, I don't think I would feel, because I wouldn't want someone to say it to me.
No. So the thing that I would want to teach my kids that you've unintentionally taught me and Ollie is that like your body and what you look like just does not define you as a person. No. Like it's the most irrelevant thing to who you actually are. Most importantly, your figure changing is a natural thing. Yeah. Like if you ever turn around to me and said, oh, like you've put a bit of weight on, or like your boobs are growing or anything like that, I'd be like, oh my god, like you would think that would be your mum would be the last person that would say anything like that to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I just think it can be so detrimental. Like, please, if any of your parents ever say anything like that to you, let them know how it makes you feel, because that can be a really dangerous spiral.
I'd even be mindful if you were trying things on that I wouldn't say something like, oh, it makes your hip look big.
And even if you did, it would be followed up with like, this could be more flattering, or like a.
Oh, I don't think I would probably say it in a way of like doesn't flatter your waist. Yeah. You know, or whatever. But it's like I've always gone with the phrase fat ass, pretty face.
But I think that's the thing, like growing up we've never discussed weight, we've never discussed anything like that, because it's just not been,
and that's not necessarily, that's not, and I'm not saying that's a great thing, because there is an element of we need to be more mindful of it a little bit because of health. For me, getting older, I'm very aware that I'm not fit as I should be, and actually I may not change my weight or size, but I could get fitter, definitely. Yeah. But I'm not really into that, which is a bit of a problem when your husband likes to cycle and he wants you to go with him. But, you know.
I think also that's the thing, like as much as there will be so many families out there and so many girls out there that their parents might talk about it all the time, and it might not affect them in the slightest.
No.
Like,
or they're fit families as well, so they're actually used to working out together and
yeah.
and you know, and eating a certain way and being a certain way and living in mindfulness or anything. They may just do that together. I have to say, I did have a good friend years ago, and I didn't know it to begin with. She's always sort of not actually struggled with her weight, but she talked about her dad, who interestingly had never been overweight. And I always think people who've never carried weight or lost it or put it back on sometimes have a very different view of these things. She talked about how much he made her feel bad about her weight with comments like, "Oh, that doesn't look right on you," and I remember her telling me the stories, and I was like, wow, your dad is saying that to you. That is, you know.
That's why I just think I would never comment on somebody else's weight or their figure or anything like that. If I do, it would be a compliment.
And even taking weight out of the equation, if someone has a bad haircut, tell them it looks nice.
Yeah, just be nice.
I have my questions already. What are you
I know,
doing? It's just not efficient. Sorry. I just can't take this.
Oh, okay. Did your mum ever not believe in your YouTube career? I'd love to know.
I think I worried about your motivation at the beginning. I knew you could do it.
Right.
Totally knew you could do it. Once you're now doing it, you're smashing it out and you bring things out and you just get on with it and you totally, and the flow and everything you do is quality.
Thanks.
But it was like, no, I love the quality of it and I love the effort you put into it. And that's not just a mum talking, genuinely, that's as a viewer, because I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube. But at the beginning I worried that I think you didn't have the motivation. To me, I expected you to almost get up like a day job, and I realise now that often you're editing till late at night, and then it's like that's when you're creative, and then you're also realising that it's like an arty type way, so it's like a painter hasn't got or a writer hasn't got the feeling right there, they can't produce the goods, so if you're not feeling it, you can't force it. But I never not believed in it, but I felt I wanted to kick you at the bottom a little bit and get on with it. And now seeing you producing what you're producing and being confident with it as well, and I realised looking back that probably some of you not getting on and getting out there was because you were gaining your confidence in having taken that leap in doing it.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't have a clue what I was doing.
And you're smashing it now. So there you go. 100k. Oh, sorry. Okay. So there you go. So hopefully that's a positive answer.
Yeah, definitely.
And not a negative nah.
Because I do think it is hard for people to get their head around it. Like when you first do YouTube, a lot of people are like, okay, so what's your job? And I'm like, no, that's my job. Like it is a bit of a weird realm to be in.
And I kind of thought there was possibly times where maybe you would be able to do it, because obviously you did used to do it while you had a full-time job.
Yeah.
I was almost like, where's your content? I want to see it, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I get you.
And I'm glad it now comes out regularly because I like it.
Do parents have a favourite child?
It depends on what day it is, I would say. I know that's a bit of a get out question, get out answer. But,
surely your parent can't have a favourite child, like as in you're my favourite child, be an end all.
So I would say that it's, for me, I've got two, but for me it's about what each of them brings to you. So there'll be things you like.
You're say like what brings to the table.
Yeah, who brings the Prosecco? No, it is about parts about each of you that you like. So I think it changes as your children evolve as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's the...
This is a really funny one because your answer would be so different from Dad's, so I thought we could discuss both sides.
Okay. Have I got to answer for Dad as well then?
You will just know the answer.
Okay.
How many other relationships was your parents in before they knew each other was the one? So Mum was one.
Yeah, for 7 years.
How many was Dad's? I don't think we've got enough hands.
Yeah. Do you know what relationships he would probably say, and I could probably guess? Long-term relationships, about 4, 5.
To be fair, he did have quite a few. He was engaged twice?
Well, once. Probably twice with me.
Yeah, twice with you.
Yeah, so...
Weren't you engaged?
No.
You weren't?
No.
Oh.
No, we basically decided to try and rent a place and then looked at each other and went, we don't really want to be together, do we? So
that's a shame.
There you go.
Really
after
sad.
splitting up several times and things like that.
True.
I mean, we were together very young.
Sorry, you're saying serious relationships?
So serious relationships, I think that 4.
Someone said I would be way too scared to talk to my mum about pregnancy scares. So I wanted to get your opinion on like...
Yeah, not at all.
How do you feel when I've come to you? Do you feel like relieved that I've come to you?
I worry for you, but it's very much the attitude, whatever happens, we'll deal with it. No, definitely talk to them, because you and even if the initial reaction might seem angry, they're probably more... I
think that's out of fear.
Absolutely, because you want to protect you from going through those things.
Yeah. Next question. Was I a mistake?
A pleasant accident. Basically planned, but slightly later in the year, but it kind of happened sooner. So there you go. So
here I am.
We could have been a boy.
Yeah, I was James right up until I entered the world.
We were very sure you were, no, when you arrived, we still, well, we knew you were a girl then, but we were very sure you were going to be a boy. We were very sure we were going to have another boy.
So did you not find out the gender of me?
No, where you were born, we weren't allowed to find out. Because we had the conversation just before we went into the scan to say, shall we ask? And then we saw signs to say, you know, you don't ask, we can't tell you the gender.
Oh my God, I can't imagine that.
I'm not actually sure whether that's
So did you find out with Ollie?
No, neither.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but we didn't want to actually. And I know a lot of people do find out now, and I know they love the gender reveal parties and all those things. A lot of people like to be prepared. But I have to say, I still love the whole surprise. Now, I know there's a surprise when you reveal the gender. I might make you wait for one of yours.
I can't.
Or I'll find out and not tell you.
No, I couldn't do that. I literally couldn't do that at all. I'm so impatient. What would you want me to do differently?
What, like what, every day or in your life, or?
Maybe not every day, because she'll probably just tell me to clean up more. Like a personal thing that I do.
Do differently.
Or like, what would you change about me?
I think sometimes I love to see you're buoyant as you are. I think sometimes it would be good for you to maybe judge other people's.
I'm not very good at that.
Other people's
I just
stress
want
levels.
To be happy, so
I know, and that's what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was about to say. I know that you're trying to more or less say to us, if you think positively, you'll feel positive, and I know that's how you try to look at things. So even if you're having a downer, you will move it into that. So I know your intentions, but sometimes I'm a bit like, shut up, can you stop whistling please? Yeah, you know.
I'm the type
because you almost get a bit moody if we don't cheer up.
Well, yeah, because being sad is really boring.
I know it is, but sometimes when you're having that moment, and I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about anybody's stress or going through a strange time in the world.
Yeah, I'm definitely the type of person, especially in this time where like everyone's having a bit of a down day, so I've bought an £8 bingo machine and we're all playing bingo. Like I'm making everyone play bingo because I know it'll cheer you up. And my answer to that this morning was, let's see where we're at. No, I didn't say no, I said let's see where we're at. I'm like, I've bought this machine so we're all playing it. Okay, so we're all playing bingo. This is funny. If you were my age, would you be my friend?
Depends how nice you are to me.
I thought you were just going to be like, yeah, of course.
No, I'm just thinking depends how nice you are to me. Oh, okay, so I thought you meant if I was you. Okay, no, if I would I be your friend? I'd like to think we'd be friends, yeah. I don't know, would you want to be? I don't think you'd want to be my friend. I was never the cool kid. I think you're quite a cool kid. I think you're a little bit cool kid. I was middle of the road, like not a cool kid, not a nerdy, or the kids that people picked on, but I was kind of closer to the kids that people picked on. Yeah, I get you. So I kind of don't think we would be friends. No, I don't know. No, because even through school, I've always been just friends with everyone. Like, oh, thanks. I'm open. No. I've just given everyone a chance my whole life. Like, I'll never not be friends with someone, especially for reasons like that. Yeah. Last question, really. What age does your mum think that it is acceptable to start wearing thongs? I don't remember this conversation with you. I don't think we ever really spoke about it. No, we didn't. I probably just saw your bottom. Where did I get one from then? I didn't buy you any. You got upset when I first shaved my legs. Did I? Yeah, because I shaved them with my friend Kate. Because she was shaving hers and I was like, oh, I'm going to do that. I probably didn't even have any hair. I think, well, and I came home and told mum and she got upset. But then weirdly, I did the same at 13. I shaved and I cut my knee, and I remember feeling I was going to be in trouble with Nanny for doing it. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? And I cut myself, but then I think I probably also remembered how awful the cut feels. Shaving cuts the worst. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember being upset though. I don't remember being upset because I know how it felt. You were angry at me. I was like, oh. How old were you? About it now. I was young. Oh, like, okay, maybe really that's why I was angry. I was in Bishop Stortford. Oh, so you were very young. No, I wasn't. I was. Oh, I don't know then. But that's still quite young. I don't remember having any opinion on your underwear. I didn't buy you any. No, but a lot of people do say that. A lot of people kind of go shopping and then they'll say like, oh, can I buy a thong? And then their mum would be like, yeah, okay, fine. Or okay, like, what age? Like, why? Like what? Yeah, what age do you think is acceptable? If a girl at 14 wanted a thong, I think I probably would think about that a bit. Dinner is served. Oh, thank you. We're on our way. Are you though? Yeah. When I say served, I actually mean served. Okay. Okay. Just so you know. Okay. Could you run down every single time it's served? Now coming. 2 minutes. Okay. Bye. I just feel like with that type of underwear, there's a purpose for it. And like as in you're wearing maybe tighter dresses and you don't want your underwear to show. So I would question if you're a lot younger, you don't really need one when you're young. Do you know what I mean? I'm not funny. I had VPO when I went to work. I remember going to work and thinking, oh, there's something I must be able to do about this. Oh. But I think it'd be interesting to know who asked you that question and whether they're asking you because they're quite young and they want to ask their mum. Yeah, I think they do. You know, I worry that I look back now at how you were at certain ages and it was so different to how girls are now. And it's like, don't grow up too fast because you've got more than enough time to be doing that. And I mean that just in your style as well. You know? Definitely. All I would say is like, I don't think age is a number again. I think it's
more to do with the reason why you feel like you need to wear one.
Exactly.
Okay, so that is all the questions that I had for Mum. Like I said, I feel like I was a little bit more savage, but doesn't it make you sweat?
Oh no, I was fine with that.
Oh god, I was sitting there sweating.
I'm too old to sweat about that. No, it's fine.
So I hope you guys really enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It will also let us know if you want to see Mum more on my channel. But that being said, thanks for watching this, and we will speak to you very soon in our next video. Bye guys.
Bye.